So we're going to do a little intro to the volley drop. I think by Russ's own admission, it's not a shot that comes naturally to him, and we're going to look at some of the fundamentals that we can put in place to try. We might not be able to improve it completely today, but just look at some of the things that Russ can take away with him to work on that volley drop. And before we start, I've got a preconceived idea, having seen you play before, so just want to make a couple of points and then we'll feed back on each individual aspect after that. And I think the biggest thing is you tend to hit the drop volley quite hard. Hit it, and I think the first thing is how can we make that shot a little bit softer without it becoming, what's the word, like a little bit patty. And you can go softer on the drop volley, but then it doesn't have any purpose behind it, and then your opponent can run onto it, smack it past you. It still has to have that purpose to it, but how can we soften it up and get it to sit right in that corner, okay? And the first thing I think is looking at that grip. So when you play the volley drop, if that's 10 out of 10, and knuckles are turning white, and then me dropping the racket is 0 out of 10, how hard do you reckon you squeeze the racket when you play the shot?
Good 8.
A good 8. Okay, so first thing is maybe let's drop that down a little bit, maybe to, if we can, a 4. Okay, and how we're going to do that is maybe getting that grip. Maybe when you do squeeze, it's more from the fingers rather than the palm of the hand. Obviously, think about, you know, holding a pen, a dart, all these sports or activities that, life skills even, that require touch and feel, painting. We're always holding those brush or the pen in our fingers. It's not in the palm of the hand. So that's the thing that then you can then play around with, that softening of the fingers and softening of the grip to try and get that ball staying in shorter. Of course, it's not just about the racket, it's also about the body and the footwork. So when you come in, try to be as light as possible and as soft with your body. So it's not you're trying to be a little bit soft, and you see how I'm using everything. I'm softening a little bit in the knee and a little bit in the hips whilst keeping this space. My foot's soft, and that's how I'm getting that little bit more softness into the shot, okay? So body and grip. Okay, let's try a few. Okay, a few more. Try and link it to your footwork, that last step. Nice, softer. A few more. Okay. Last one. Okay. So I would say the pace that those were going in at was really good. I think that a lot softer than what I've seen you play previously, so a big improvement there. What do you think about the angle that the ball was going in at?
I'm playing too straight almost, not into the corner, I think.
Okay, as in, what about the height on the front wall?
Oh, way too high.
Too high? Okay. So where do you think you take the ball? So if this feed is coming back to you, at what height do you think you take it? Probably there. So I think you can go and take it when the ball's at a higher point. And you see how that can now change the angle, so now you can come down on it a little bit more. So from here, look at that angle that you're creating. Now you can go that far above the tin, like you were doing, but the angle's traveling down when it hits the front wall, which will help it die away. If it comes from this angle, if it goes that far above the tin, it's going to bounce back at that same height and sit up for someone. So see whether we can take that ball at a slightly higher position. And also imagine it's like a clock face. So you're not going to hit the ball at 6 o'clock. You're going to try and hit it closer to, it's impossible to hit it on top at 12 because then you'd hit it into the floor, but closer to that 12 o'clock so that then you're combining that angle of the ball, an angle of strike, and hopefully you're going to get it to drop away in the corner a little bit more, okay? Well done. Stay back a little bit to the tee. Lucky, out in front though, Russ. Lucky. So you see how you did all the right things and then you came a little bit flat. So can you do the same thing and keep the racket face open? Right, now that's a drop volley. That's a nice shot. Oh, that's a drop volley, Russ. There we go. Lucky, can come down on that a little bit more. Take it early. Well done. Keep your back foot to the tee as well. Oh, unlucky. That was close to being perfect. Here we go. Lucky. Take it at its highest point. Lucky. Don't overrun the ball. Stay back to the tee. Work back. There we go. So something simple like just getting back to the tee actually helped the quality of shot, because then the space, you were able to give yourself that little bit more space to step in. But that's a lot better, that angle. Okay, let's do a few more. So you're looking to step, combine the body and the movement, and hit down on top of the ball with those soft hands, okay? Last few. You can come steeper, Russ. Well done. Keep the racket face open though. Well done. Last one. Say last good one. See if we can soften it. Get all the way back to the tee. Give yourself that space. Here we go. Well done. That's a nice shot to finish. Okay. So you're thinking about all of those factors. Can we get the footwork, the soft hands, and also take it out in front so the angle of the shot is fading away. Okay. We're not just hacking that drop shot in. Okay.